Day breaks just off the coast of the Bahamian Islands. Mother Nature awakens, and the ocean's surface glistens aqua, fading into a deeper, majestic blue. 50 feet below the boat, Caribbean reef sharks begin to cruise by. Karina is a newcomer to shark diving, and her excitement is harnessed by her apprehension. But for a champion pro surfer, her passion for the ocean and the sea life within proves to be a driving force in experiencing the shark's world firsthand.
The main reason people are afraid of the ocean are because of sharks, because I think this whole image that they portray are just these vicious killers with big teeth, and it just doesn't sound like a very fluffy time to go and play around with sharks. But it was actually quite an eerie experience for me to actually be down there underneath the water and be able to free dive, holding my own breath, swimming with sharks, just wearing a mask and a snorkel. There was something so actually surreal to it that I was actually down there with these creatures that I've been so afraid of all my life. I was pretty apprehensive on the thought that I was actually going to be down there swimming with sharks, which I've feared for, the 10 years of my surfing life and this professional life that I live, which you don't really encounter that in other sports. In tennis players, they don't really say we have to cancel the match today, there's lions on the court. But in my world, in the competition side of surfing, there's actually been many occurrences that you have to cancel an event due to too many sharks in the water. It's a little scary when you have someone yelling at you, there's 2 sharks coming down the beach after you. So there were 7 shark attacks happened in that one day, and after that day, they actually named New Smyrna Beach, Florida, the shark capital of the whole world. I remember it so clearly because I had friends calling me up from Australia saying, hey, Florida's shark capital of the world, that's crazy. And that particular day, I was actually competing in a contest, and I was out in the water, and I was coming in after the competition was done, and I remember I was getting chased by 2 sharks. They were actually coming parallel down the beach, swimming right directly towards me, and I could just see their 2 fins in synchronization. I remember this guy yelling at me on the beach, shark, shark, hurry paddle, don't get off your board, hurry. That was really scary for me. That was probably my first encounter. After that, I went on surfing because I think, the love of being in the ocean will surpass any scary thing that lives in it. And for me, what was so peaceful about this whole diving with sharks experience I did in May was laying on top of the ocean surface, and you're breathing in and out of your snorkel peaceful, your eyes are closed, and you open them every once in a while and you see all the sharks on the bottom of on the ocean floor circling, pacing around, but looking at like beautiful, dangerous creatures. They look like graceful bears, but underneath the water. I'm about to go and dive underneath the ocean floor and be in complete tranquility. It is one of the most amazing, soothing, therapeutical feelings. The easiest way I found when you're laying on the water surface prior to your dive is you breathe in like you're breathing in through a straw. Slowly, slowly, slowly breathe in and then exhale. You do that about 3 times until you completely feel your heart rate slow down. You feel like a plastic bag that's just drifting in the ocean. And about after the 3rd time, take that last deep breath in, like you're sucking through a straw, very slowly and calmly. Actually open up your whole neck, get that last bit of air in, and then go. after I submerged myself, it took me about 15 seconds to finally get all the way down to the ocean floor, which was around 46 to 50 feet deep. And after coming all the way down, after reaching the ocean floor, about 15 seconds later, there was a big, beautiful coral head, and I remember swimming right through the reeds and right through the soft, flowing grass that was moving gracefully from side to side with the movement of the ocean. And I actually thought I was in a fairy tale. I said, this can't be happening. I was hiding, you know, looking out through my mask and looking at 5 to 8 feet sharks swim right past me. It was the most incredible feeling. So if you remain in this calm motion that you're actually just dancing under the water, you're doing a slow waltz. If you embed that in your head and you actually feel like you're in a different place, gets a kind of euphoric feeling. Consuming energy is very important when you're underneath the water. So, you know, any big, boisterous arm movements or leg movements and quick turns here and there are gonna waste energy, and at the same time are gonna make your brain think, uh-oh, frantic, something's going wrong, something's happening. We looked at this one clip and we were like, what was that? And you could just make out the silhouette of a body and the silhouette of a shark. And I had not even known. I was swimming back up to the surface and here was a shark actually following me up all the way up to the surface. Probably came around 15 feet from the surface to really wanted to check me out and see if I was potential lunch. But ended up he wasn't interested and swam back down. So that was a little spooky. I found that I became so comfortable around these creatures and they were just cruising around me and everything was fine, but you still have to remember that they're hunters, and I think that the easiest way if you want to get spooked or get bitten is probably touch their tail or grab a part of their body. I think that you still want to give them their space, give them their privacy and respect them. You'll notice when you're underwater, sharks will be cruising by you, but a split second, they're so fast and flexible that they'll twitch their head, arch their back really fast, and you know then that they'll potentially be looking for food, possibly smelling an intense odor that could be food, or they're just getting aroused and excited. And I noticed that a couple times. It actually scares you a little bit because they'll be calmly cruising by, you know, swinging their tail gently, and then they'll quickly snap their head back. And you know then they're excited. But you have to go down and you have to submerge yourself under the water with the mentality that you know that there is a chance that something could happen, something that could go wrong, because you are still diving with sharks. These are still creatures that have bitten people, that have killed people and this and that, but particularly not Caribbean reef sharks.